Our next step is to do some keyword research, and this is for a couple of reasons actually. We want to find out and verify that yes, there is competition out there. There are people that are bidding on the keywords that we're targeting, and that means that they're willing to pay some money. So that means that it's a profitable niche. Okay, if there's nobody bidding, if you get into a niche or you get an idea and you go into these tools here and you find out that, hey, nobody's bidding. If you go to Google and you type in the keyword and there's no ads, not a good sign, folks. That means nobody's making money at it. And the chances of you finding, an undiscovered market, not good. So we want to verify that there are, things out there that that there are people out there trying to make money with this, and they're making money. And we also want to kind of assemble a list of keywords that we are going to be targeting when we put articles on our website. Okay? Because really, the better job you do of this, the better the site when you list it to try to auction it off, the more money you're going to make. And people are able to see, they'll go there, and at least people that know what they're doing, they're going to go there to FLIPPA, and they're going to check out your thing, they're going to check out the site, and they're going to know, okay, they know what they're doing, and this site's going to do well, right? So, very, very important. One of the tools that I find invaluable, Word Tracker, essentially gives you some really good keyword information. Okay, and let's just go ahead and go over and take a look at it. You can sign up and get a free account, and all the information really that you need is available on the free account. We're looking mainly for how many searches per day do these keywords give us. Okay. And here is Word Tracker. You are going to want to sign up actually for the free trial, and that'll give you plenty of time to, you get 7 days to try it out, no charge, and that'll give you plenty of time to get going. With probably, depending on how fast you move, you could get a couple of niche sites going. But what you're going to find out is if this turns into a regular business opportunity for you, and you decide, yeah, this is something I want to do, you're probably going to want to hold on to your account here at Word Tracker. Let's go ahead and click Start your keyword research. And what you want to do is, first off, you're going to find something, maybe you got a keyword idea, right, from your niche research. So you're going to type that keyword idea, and you can be pretty generic here in the box. You can see I've already got one from before, but I'll show you how this works. You type your keyword in there, click search, and then what's going to happen is it's going to go out and find other keywords that are related. Okay, and you can kind of go through here and get an idea of what kinds of stuff would make sense, right? What kinds of stuff could be sold. Maybe you're going to do if you're going to do some kind of product or something on yoga, in this case, yoga beginners. Okay, let's do that. Let's do a search. Yoga beginners or yoga basics, anything like that. Click search there. Okay, so yoga beginners here. Have a few options here. Nothing really that you want to probably fool with, but let's scroll down. Yoga beginners kit. Now what you're getting here is you're getting the number of searches, the number of daily searches on this keyword term. And over here, under competition, we also see the number of links that are in title and anchors. Okay, that means like articles out there that this keyword phrase is in the title, and that they're using the anchor text, the text that is clicked and linked, right? They're using that in the backlink. And those are the kinds of things that give credibility to content. So if you're on another site and you create something and you use Yoga Beginners Kit as your text to link back to your website, and on your website there's an article titled Yoga Beginner's Kit, then that gives a lot of weight to that article because of that inbound anchor text and the title of your article, the title of your page, I should say. Now, what we're having here is we're looking at a good number of searches with a very low number of competition links coming in. So what we're trying to do with our keyword research is we're trying to see, can we compete? Is there, are there keyword terms that we could beat people out in? And what I'm telling you is that you can get, you could get 100 quality inbound links in a month, maybe 2 months, very easily. So for me to look at this right here, Yoga Beginner's Kit, it would be very easy, and considering that it gets 542 searches a day, it would be very easy for me to rank quickly for that particular term. Okay, and you can see we've got a very high KEI score, and that's like, it's a special index that's telling you the ratio of searches to inbound links. Okay, but now you got to take this with a grain of salt, because if the keyword phrase is totally worthless, then there's a reason, why there's not a lot of inbound links in competition. In this particular case, though, Yoga Beginner's Kit, I think, is actually a pretty good one. So especially if I've got a yoga PLR product that I'm going to do, then that would be totally awesome, right? I set this up. I do a few articles titled Yoga Beginner's Kit. I use inbound anchor text. My links have that Yoga's Beginner's Kit phrase in them, and it's going to be pretty easy for me to beat out that 7 links there. Okay, and you can just check out. Now, a lot of these have some pretty low searches, pretty low daily searches, so not going to fool with those. I'm looking for at least, 200-300 a day for a keyword that I want to fool with. I mean, look at this. Yoga for beginners, 100 searches a day, basically, and competition crazy high. Not even going to go for that. Almost 5,000 links in title and anchor text. Almost impossible to beat that out. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do Photoshop, one of my favorite pieces of software. And we would do maybe Photoshop tutorials. Let's do that. Let's say that we're going to get a PLR product that is Photoshop. And as I guesstimated here, 1,258 searches a day for Photoshop tutorials, 25,000 links coming in. Crazy hot niche, but very tough for you to do anything with that. Photoshop Elements online tutorials, a fair amount of searches daily, not any inbound tags, so we could rank for that one pretty easy if we were into the Photoshop Elements thing. Now here's one that's not bad at all. Photoshop tutorials for beginners, 230 searches a day and only 60 links. Okay, that's something I could do. I would definitely want to put that on the list. And maybe even Photoshop CS5 tutorials. That one's kind of borderline. I don't like the daily searches there, but it probably still would get us a fair amount of traffic, and it would look good. So you get the idea there with that. We're looking for, keyword ideas. We're going to get you're going to write like a dozen, maybe 15 articles. So you want at least that many keywords that seem like, yes, it's possible for me to rank for this, for the site to rank for it and make it look good. Now, another tool that I want to mention, I'm not going to demonstrate it, but because it is something that you do have to purchase, and it's not exactly cheap. Micro Niche Finder. I do use this pretty regularly because it kind of simplifies the way the whole process works. In other words, it allows you to type in a keyword. It's going to show you a bunch of other keywords, and it basically gives you a red, yellow, or a green on whether there's a possibility that you're going to be able to rank for that keyword. You know how easy it would be. Another tool that I recommend is a little toolbar for your Firefox browser. Go to tools.seobook.com, and this is a plugin. It's pretty cool. Let me show you what it looks like. It gives you, right here, this little toolbar, and it shows me a lot of information. It shows me the PR for the site. It shows me link domain, the inbound links and stuff like that. For example, let's just do one of these here. Photoshop tutorials for beginners. We'll just do one of these, and I will take the first free. Actually, this one would be better. Let's go back to this one. This has the exact phrase in the title. Okay, and this is going to tell us now the PR for this particular page, right? It's got a PR of 3, which is, you know, fairly decent. It's not like phenomenal or anything like that, but not bad. 18 links coming into this page, so not impossible to beat this out. Pretty easy, actually, if you put forth a little effort. And what we're doing really is, remember, we want to see what is the likelihood that we can put up some content that is going to allow us to rank higher than this site. And really, all you got to do, folks, is, listen, this is not all about becoming, you know, on page 1. It's not, position number 1. It's not about, can I get to position number 1? It's about how easy could I bump these guys off, 9 and 10. Okay, like let's go down here to position 9. Look at this. PR nothing. PR nothing. So what about me going ahead and doing a little bit of SEO and just getting this guy off? What if I can just beat him out and get myself on that first page, even if I'm at the bottom? I'll tell you what, most people that go, they do a search for Photoshop like this, they're going to go to a lot of these sites. They really are. They're going to go to a lot of those links because they're looking for some good information. Okay? And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Just explore all of this. It's just a really cool toolbar for you to get. Okay? And what you want to do, I already mentioned this a little bit, what you want to do when you use this tool and you do your research, you want to find out what PR these sites have. PR is PageRank, by the way, just in case you're not into the SEO thing just yet. You will be soon, but if you're not there yet, that's PageRank. That's Google's algorithm for how important or relevant a page is on the internet, for a particular topic especially. So you want to check out what kind of PR that page has, how many backlinks it has. You want to check out the quality of the pages, because quality is very, very, very important. Is it, you know, a bogus, junky page? Does it look terrible? Is it laid out bad? Does it have trashy content? Is it just repeat content kind of stuff? If you want to rank well, what you want to do here is create original content, good quality original content. And it's not so much that, you know, you have to do the writing. You might be dealing with a niche that you know nothing about. Fine, who cares? You hire some guy, you know, for $15 to write 15 articles, good quality articles. Find them on Elance or Rent-A-Code or something like that. Using alt tags. What about on the pages when they have images on the page? Are they using alt tags that have keywords? This is a major. What you're trying to do, remember, is how can I beat out these other guys with better SEO? What can I do to make my site more friendly to Google, where Google would like my site better. What keywords are they targeting? You can go back to the external keyword tool for Google, and you can put their page in. Okay, take their actual page, copy it to the clipboard, put it in the external keyword tool, and it's going to tell you what keywords they are targeting. Maybe I should do that, right? Let me show you an example. Actually, I'll mention the last thing, and then we'll go look at a site, and actually I'll show you all of this stuff so we can get kind of an idea of what's going on. What kind of keyword density are they using? Because if they ranked, if they're at position 9, they did something good enough that Google likes them enough to put them on the first page. So we want to kind of mimic, we want to see what they have done and what we can do better. Maybe their keyword density was only 1%. Let's try to bump it up to 2% and see if that's better. What that means is, out of 100 words, if we're going to target 2% keyword density, out of 100 words, we're going to take our targeted keyword and we're going to use it twice. Now, let me give you a little tip here. A lot of times in writing, guys get crazy with the keyword density thing and they say, okay, I want to do 3.1% keyword density and Google's going to love me. But what I have found is a lot of times, if you keep that keyword in mind and you write for human beings and you just use that keyword when appropriate, again, you focus on the keyword, you do want to have it in there, but you don't overkill yourself. You just write for people. Then the search engines do love it, okay? But you want to make sure at the same time that you are using your keyword enough in the article. So let's take a look now at, I'll evaluate some of these sites maybe, and we'll look at what's going on, and you can kind of get an idea what to look for. So here we've got this first one. The keyword phrase, number 1, is not totally, the search phrase that we looked for in this case, not totally in the title, but just parts of it really. PR is pretty high. It looks, I don't know, it looks like a kind of a decent page. The problem is it's more like a directory. It doesn't have a whole lot of actual text content. And look at this. If I hover over the images, I'm not getting anything. No alt tag being used there. If I wanted to see what keywords were being targeted, I'm copying that to the clipboard. Let's do the fastest way I find to get to the external keyword tool is to just search for external keyword tool, because it's a long URL to actually get there. I'm going to paste that site in there, do my little CAPTCHA, and do a search, and Google's going to go to that page. It's going to say, okay, here's the keywords that I see. And look at this. A lot of irrelevant phrases. How to make a web. How to make website templates. If we're doing Photoshop tutorials, this is not a very well targeted page. How to make web template, text effect. Yeah. It probably wouldn't, the content on there, not very good. Not very relevant, I should say. Let's back up. 12 beginner tutorials for getting started with Photoshop. And let's do the same thing with this one. See what it finds with that. Creating a website, a lot of this stuff focused on the creating a website kind of deal. Getting started with digital photography. You know, Google sees a whole lot of stuff on this page, and I'm not sure that it's very relevant. Okay, now they are using the alt image tags on this page, at least sometimes it appears. Yeah. So they are using alt image tags on that one. Don't know how relevant the keyword phrases are. Whoa, hold on a second. Did I just see? Is this the right site? No. It was this one, wasn't it? There it is. Personal sub. Is that cool or what? I'm going to bookmark that. I got to come back to check that out later. Got to get me one of those. Okay. Let's check out. Really, again, we want to focus on these ones on the bottom because these are the ones that we want to try to beat out. And that's the beauty of this, is it's not all about, oh, you know, can I totally blast these guys and get myself into the first slot there. It's not all about that. Now, they're ranking pretty good for some of these more Photoshop tutorial type of keywords. Not so much. Now, see, they're probably, I don't know. It looks like they're targeting a different animal. At least Google's seeing them differently. They got a PR of 4. Now, that's pretty decent. But look at all the content. See the difference here? Look at all the actual content there instead of just pictures. Let's see if they're using alt tags. They're not. When you hover over an image, that just tells you. If you hover over and there is an alt tag, so see, look at that. I mean, we can probably out SEO those guys. Let's go ahead and go up one more. Now, about.com, man, they're hard to beat out. So we're checking PR, we're checking links, we're checking the general appearance of the site. Does it have good content on it? I find actually a lot of the about pages are, it's kind of strange because it's not, you know, the first page that you go to a lot of times is more like a little directory with a ton of ads and links to other articles. It's not so much an actual article. So you have to check that out. Keyword density again. Let's go to this one because it had a lot of content. And let's see. Photoshop tutorials. It's on there. So let's check this out. Photoshop tutorials. There we see it's there once. Yeah, boy, that's it. Let's see something else here. They have it broken up, but I doubt that. Yeah, that's not even. They're just getting that because it's related. Let's go to training. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty much 4 or 5, something like that. And it starts to repeat. And in the article itself, just do a little, there's Photoshop there in the title, tips and tricks for beginners. Is that what we're actually, yeah, or we're doing tutorials for beginners, okay. Let's check that out, actually, that whole phrase, because they're ranking for it. Actually, let's just do beginners. There's one, and just the one. So see, if we actually went in there and we targeted that particular phrase and we put content that used that phrase, they're not even using it a whole lot, okay? So we can out SEO them pretty easy. We could go out and maybe do a little bit of article marketing and get some links back to our site. Again, the more work we do beforehand, the more better, the better the site looks to a buyer, and the more it's going to be worth to them. Now, I don't know about you, but I absolutely love using Microsoft Excel. I keep a lot of information about keywords in here, you can see. So when I'm doing my research, I'm compiling data. So I recommend that you do the same because, sorry, I forgot that's out of the window for you, because this is a way for, and I know, hey, this is a little bit of work, right? But listen, it's you're putting some sweat equity into a business that is going to allow you to make more money. The more work you put into this in the beginning, the more money you're going to make because the more the site is worth. If you can tell in your listing on FLIPPA, if you can say, hey, I've done this and this and this, I've written articles at directories and they're pointing back here and those links will remain there. I have beat out a lot of the sites as far as keywords that I'm targeting. There's this many articles out there and I wrote this many articles and this is good quality information. And why? Because these are original articles and they target the keywords specifically. If you can outline for them all the research and the work that you have done and why this site is in a position, to make some money, and hopefully, maybe even you do make some money if you hold on to the site for a little while, then it's awesome, right? That it's going to be worth so much more to them as a buyer. It means you get more money. All right, now, up to this point, it's been pretty straightforward as far as what we should do for research and picking the niche that we want to be in and making sure that it's going to make us some money. This is what normal people do when they're going to flip sites. But in the next video, we're going to do something that is a little bit different, and it involves PLR products. I want to first just kind of go over what private label rights is so you have a really good understanding. Just in case you don't, just in case you don't know what it is. PLR stands for private label resale rights. It means that somebody creates a product and then they offer it for sale, but in a special, very, very special way. Typically, you go out and you buy a product, right? And you can use that product yourself. You can't then copy the product and sell it to other people, right? Well, with private label rights, you can. You are actually buying the rights to the product so that you can do, a lot of different things with it. In a lot of cases, you can change the title, you can change the content of it, you can put your own name on it, and then you can sell it to other people without having to have actually created the product. That's essentially what you're doing, is buying the rights to it. And don't worry, it is actually totally legal. You can't buy rights to every product. Some people sell their product and that's it. They want to just sell the product to end users. Others create products for the purpose of you being able to buy the rights to it. So yes, a lot of times you have to pay a little more, especially for the good quality stuff. A lot of times this stuff will come with a website, like it'll already have the graphics and stuff. Preferably they give you source graphics because, well, you'll see why on the next slide. I want to tell you how you really kill it by doing PLR. A lot of times it'll even give you maybe a free offer to give away. They'll give you autoresponder emails. They'll give you a whole bunch of stuff. Some sites, like nakedplr.com, for example, will give you just the content. That's it, just like an ebook, or maybe they'll do a video, and that's all you get is just that, and boom, you're set. You go out and you do everything else with it yourself. Okay, but it gives you a huge head start, and it is usually much cheaper than going out and trying to hire somebody to create it for you. But understand that when you buy a private label rights product, you are the owner. That means it is your product. And it's totally ethical, totally legal to put your name on it, or somebody else's name if you want. If you want to just use a pen name, you can do whatever you want to with it. Now, you got to check the terms when you buy private label rights products because some of them are different. They have master rights and they have regular PLR and they have, a bunch of different kinds of versions really that give you different levels of what you can do. So you do got to check that. But a nice thing too about PLR products is, if you're an affiliate for something, let's say, you don't have any control over the price of that product at all. The vendor owns it, right? They set the price. Well, with a PLR product, you set the price. So here's why PLR is bad. Because some guys go out there, they buy the product, they buy the PLR package and they want to sell it. And then some other guys out there and they want to sell it and they start fighting with each other. Okay? So it's a price war, right? And this guy wants to undercut this guy, and so they work it down. And pretty soon you can buy a whole library of crappy PLR for $7. It's just ridiculous. Well, you do set your own price, right? But there's a way around all of that. Because most people take the PLR and they buy it, they set it up, and they sell it. And that's it. That's all they do. The secret to making your PLR aspect of this working is rebranding. You're going to take the, actually, let's go ahead and go to the next slide and we'll talk more in detail about rebranding. You're going to take the content that you get and you're going to change it up. Now, what that means is, don't worry, it's not a lot of work. It means we want to change the title of the product. We're going to call it something else. Because if everybody out there that bought this PLR package is selling Yoga with Jeremy and they don't change the title, then now you have like 500 people selling the same product, and they're going to do that price bidding thing, price war, right? Now, if you've got beginning yoga with Johnny Guru, nobody else has that. So when they see 500 people selling this product for $10, and they see you selling your product for $47, they're going to be like, okay, these guys are selling junk, and this is probably this $47 course. This is what I want to look at. Okay, so just a simple thing like changing the title. You might also want to go through there and do a search and replace. And if there's a name in there, change yours out, right? Put your name in there. You can also change the graphics up a little bit. Now, the reason I mention this is because sometimes a PLR package will include a website and maybe an ebook design. The really good ones include source graphics for all of that because you need to be able to tweak it. Change the colors a little bit. Maybe swap out the graphics to it. Now, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to show you a PLR package that I purchased, and then I'm going to show you the changes that I made to it and how just a few little swapping out things makes it a totally different product. Now, it's not going to be a Photoshop tutorial, okay? I'm not going to go through all this stuff about Photoshop and how you do all this stuff. This is about site flipping, okay? But I am going to show you the before and after, and we'll talk about what the differences were. It's amazing how just a few things that you change give you a totally original product that nobody else has. And the thing is, it's so stupid. Nobody does this. Nobody goes out there and they want the easiest buck that they can make, so they buy the PLR. They don't do any work to it. They throw it up, and then they gripe about the fact that 500 other people are selling the same thing. Okay, so the key here is the rebranding. Then do your own little spin on the content. Actually read the ebook and maybe do a little bit of editing. Put some things in your own words. Just make it a little bit different. If it comes with a website that has a sales page, definitely go over that sales page and change it up. Customize it. I would much rather start out with a 1,500 word sales page, and I go in there and just read it and tweak it to make it my own, than have to write it from scratch. I guarantee you that. I mean, it's a lot more work writing it from scratch. But truly make the package your own. Try to do every little thing that you can do just to make it different than everybody else that's selling the PLR. Okay, so let's go ahead in the next video and I'll talk to you about a PLR product that I grabbed and the changes that I made to the graphics and things like that. And you can see how big a difference it makes. Okay, so here is a PLR product that I purchased, actually in a package of PLR products. It came with, graphics and content, things like that. Everything basically ready to go, PSD format. That means, for those of you that don't know, PSD is a graphics format for Adobe Photoshop. And that just means you get the actual source graphics and then you do with it what you want. Okay? And this right here is a template that came with the package that is an e-cover, kind of e-book looking thing, for like a DVD case or something, or you can make a little book with it or something like that. And this is the graphics that came with it. You'll notice, and again, this is not going to be a Photoshop training, folks, okay? I am just going to show you that what I get here is all the different elements. Okay, here's the different elements of this package. Those little birdies, the text elements that are in there. Let's find a title here maybe. The coins on the ground. Okay, they're all, the treasure chest, they're all little elements that are all different. Okay, and then put together, it's called a composition. It's a bunch of different things together, makes one, final visual product here. Well, here's what I did. And again, just go in there, tweak some things, change the title. It took me about 15-20 minutes. Bam. Okay, completely new product. I changed the title to Twitter traffic. I rearranged the little description thing that pops up here, added it to the spine, changed the spine up, made my little birdies green and have many more of them, right? Look, I just duplicated them. Made it like they were saying all this with the little box there. Changed the overall color theme to that green color. Simple to do, 15-20 minutes, completely new product. So that is all that it takes to make the switches so that you've got a new product. If you've got content that you're dealing with, you want to do the same thing. This package also came with a web template. I would want to do the same thing with that web template. Match this new theme that I've created here. And if there's sales copy, I want to go through that. I want to configure that so that it's more customized towards me. Okay, you can throw in some of your personality, stuff like that. But the bottom line is, this is actually not very difficult to do, and it totally sets you apart. So now you're going to have this product set up on your new website, and you're going to set that on FLIPPA, and bam, it's like somebody can walk in to an instant website and product with content, and it's all customized. They're the only ones truly that really have that exact product. All right, up next, we're going to go through the process. I'm going to tell you basically what it is that you want to do to get your website up and running after you've got the product all customized and ready to go.